If you want to raise a responsible teenager, then you need to teach it. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. You have a role to play. This might not be too complex, but then you have to be involved in it. You have to be intentionally involved with raising a responsible teenager. In this video, I intend to bring to you certain ways or certain things you could do intentionally to raise a responsible teenager. They are not complex, like I said, but they require your involvement. They require your involvement. You need to understand that the fact that you are responsible does not automatically make your child responsible. You need to build it into them. So what are the things you can do to raise a responsible teenager? First, decision making. Teach them decision making. You can't teach them decision making by just making decisions and they see your decisions. You have to involve them in the process of decision making by delegating decisions for them to make. Delegate situations and tell them there is a decision to be made. And this might not be all family decisions, but some that are not so complex or not so critical to the well-being of the family. Try their hands on it. Let them make decision in practice. Let them make decision in practice. And while doing this, let them understand that their views are valued. Don't just ask of their decision, and when they come up with it, you tell them that you're being childish or it's not really making sense. Let them see how much you value their view and how much their thinking is really, really appreciated. At some point, you have to accept their decision. Accept their decision and make do with it. You can't just say you want to teach them decision making without allowing them make the decision. Let them make the decision, accept by it, and live with the consequence. That way, they get to see the results of the decision they made and would probably, most likely, make better decisions next time. That's when they do it often. Second, teach them to be respectful and considerate. Now, you can't teach being respectful or considerate without being respectful yourself or considerate, not to just every other person, but to them as your child or as your teenager. They have to see that you respect them and you're always being considerate from time to time. And you can do this by avoiding certain things. Avoid raising your voice at them. It's not compulsory that you have to raise your voice to get them to do certain things. When you do that, you're modeling a high pitch or a high tone whenever they need their juniors or subordinates to do a task and there is a refusal or resistance. They would at that time become aggressive just because they need to get things done. So you have to respect them. Do not raise your voice at them. Value their opinion. And whenever you have a different opinion, please shed more light on why you have that different opinion. That way they can get to see your point of view. Knowing that you value their opinion, they would also value your opinion. And as a parent or as a guardian, they begin to appreciate your opinion because you are not discarding their opinion. Do you understand what I'm really trying to say? Next, whenever they are rude, don't give in. Don't say, oh, my daughter or my son is upset. Then you give in to them being rude and consider whatever they want at that moment. You could simply say something like, oh, I understand you are upset, but can you say that in a more polite way? At that instant, automatically adjust their thinking to always speak politely, irrespective of their situation, irrespective of the scenario. And they would always address issues respectfully. They would always be considerate of other people's feeling whenever they are upset or at any point they are upset or not having things go the right way. Thirdly, make family rules. Family rules shouldn't be something you just come up with and impose it on them. Actually, the whole essence of family rule is to make life more predictable. I mean, family rules like curfew. If you have a curfew, everybody should be home by 6, everybody should be indoors by 7 or 8 or whatever time. You know that whenever you have anything to do at this time, everybody will be home. That is a family rule. You can also make family rule around the words to be used or words not to be used in any situation, probably a situation of anger. Certain words are prohibited in the family. And I'll give you a clue. Don't just come up with the rules yourself. You know, our teenagers, right? They would resist it. Give them the opportunity to suggest rules. Tell them to come up with their rules. Hey, what rule do you think should be in this family? You want to have a family rule. Everybody has to come up with their rule and let's sit down together and agree upon them. That way, they'll feel compelled to stay in line with the rules that have been made. They'll be compelled to stay in line with the rules that have been made because they made this rule along with you. They agreed to the rule and they would love to stay with it. Please subscribe to my channel. I know I've not said this, but I really need you to subscribe to my channel. I'm very passionate about teenagers, about children and parenting, and I love every other person out there to hear and to share in my view and also contribute and grow in raising responsible teenagers, responsible children. I know that you always want, one day, if you do not have a child yet, one day you would love to have a child and you want to have a responsible child you'll be proud of, right? So please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share to every other person you know out there, and God bless you. Until I see you in my next video. Bye for now.